Over time, there have been several Persian empires, but none of them can compare to the great Achaemenid Empire, which ruled 3/4 of the known world. How then could such a vast and powerful empire collapse? The Achaemenid Empire was not the first Persian empire, as the Medes, another group of Iranian peoples, had established a dominant empire earlier. Cyrus rebelled against the Median Empire in 553 BCE, and just 3 years later, he managed to defeat them, capture their king, Astyages, and take the Median capital, Ecbatana. Once Ecbatana was under his control, Cyrus declared himself the successor of King Astyages and took over the entire empire. The Achaemenid Empire was born. By inheriting the empire from Astyages, Cyrus also inherited the territorial conflicts the Medes had with both Lydia and Babylon. The Lydian king sought to take advantage of the uncertainty and advanced into what had been Median territory in Asia Minor. However, Cyrus launched a counterattack, defeating the Lydian forces, capturing Sardis, and bringing about the fall of the Lydian kingdom in 546 BCE. The empire's situation remained delicate, and when power in Ecbatana shifted from the Medes to the Persians, many of the Median Empire's vassals believed their circumstances had changed and soon revolted. This forced Cyrus to wage wars against Bactria and the Scythian nomads in Central Asia. During these campaigns, Cyrus founded several garrison cities in Central Asia, including Cyropolis, meaning City of Cyrus. In October 539 BCE, Cyrus won a battle against the Babylonians at Opis, and a few days later, on October 12th, he captured Babylon, where the Babylonian king Nabonidus was taken prisoner. In 530 BCE, Cyrus the Great reportedly died during a military expedition against the Massagetæ in Central Asia. Cyrus's eldest son, Cambyses II, took the throne, while his younger son, Smerdis, was given a large territory in Central Asia. By 525 BCE, Cambyses had successfully subjugated Phoenicia and Cyprus and immediately began preparations to invade Egypt with the newly established Persian navy. The great Egyptian pharaoh Amysis II had died in 526 BCE, and his successor, Psamtik III, broke Egypt's alliance with the Achaemenid Empire. Aware of the Persian response, Psamtik stationed his forces in the Nile Delta, but was decisively defeated at the Battle of Pelusium. He fled to Memphis, where he was again defeated and captured. After Egypt was conquered by the Achaemenids, the Libyans and Greeks of Cyrene surrendered to Cambyses without a fight and sent him tribute. Cambyses then planned invasions of Carthage, the Siwa Oasis, and Ethiopia. According to Herodotus, these campaigns were failures. After Cambyses and Smerdis died, Darius I took the throne. Darius was a natural leader and inherited the empire at its zenith. He is said to have been the last great king before the empire's decline. Darius focused on Europe and quickly launched military campaigns to subjugate Thrace and Macedonia. After achieving this with little effort, a large Achaemenid force invaded the Balkans and attempted to defeat the European Scythians roaming north of the Danube River. Darius's forces subdued various Thracian tribes and nearly all the regions bordering the European side of the Black Sea before returning to Asia Minor. Darius left one of his commanders, Megabazus, in Europe to carry out further conquests in the Balkans. The Persian troops subdued Thrace, some coastal Greek city-states rich in gold, and conquered the powerful Paeonians. Finally, Megabazus sent emissaries to Amyntas I, demanding submission to Persian rule. Once the Balkans were under control, they provided many soldiers for the Persian multi-ethnic forces. The Persian invasion elevated Macedonia's status, as the two powers shared some common interests in the Balkans. At this point, the Macedonians were willing and useful allies to the Persians. The Ionian revolt, in the early 5th century BCE, marked a series of rebellions by the Greeks of Asia Minor against Persian rule. Under Artaphernes, the Persians launched an expedition to conquer Naxos, but the mission failed, encouraging all of Ionia to rebel against King Darius the Great. The Persians gradually subdued the rebellious city-states along the western coast. However, peace was finally reached in 493 BCE, which the Ionian Greeks considered fair and equitable. The Ionian revolt was the first major conflict between Greece and the Achaemenid Empire and marked the beginning of the Greco-Persian Wars. At this point, Darius had vowed to punish Athens and Eretria for supporting the revolt. Seeing the political situation in Greece as a continuous threat to his empire's stability, he decided to conquer all of Greece. In 492 BCE, the Persian general Mardonius re-subjugated Thrace and Macedonia. However, 2 years later, Persian forces were defeated by the Athenians at the legendary Battle of Marathon. Darius the Great died before he could launch another invasion of Greece, but his son, Xerxes I, vowed to complete the task. Xerxes organized a massive invasion to conquer Greece, advancing from the north and meeting little resistance in Macedonia and Thessaly. However, a small Greek force held off the Persians for 3 days at the pass of Thermopylae. A simultaneous naval battle at Artemisium ended inconclusively due to severe storms that damaged ships on both sides. The battle at Artemisium ended prematurely when the Greeks learned of the outcome at Thermopylae and retreated. This allowed the Persians to gain undisputed control of Artemisium and the Aegean Sea. After their victory at Thermopylae, Xerxes sacked the abandoned city of Athens and faced the Greeks at Salamis, where the Hellenic forces won a decisive victory. The Persian forces in Greece were finally destroyed at the legendary Battle of Plataea, and Macedonia regained its independence. Nearly 2 centuries later, during the reign of Darius III, the Achaemenid Empire faced a new threat. In 334 BCE, as Darius was reasserting control over Egypt, Alexander of Macedonia and his forces invaded Asia Minor. Alexander defeated the Persian forces at the Granicus River that same year, and again at Issus the following year. In 331 BCE, the pivotal Battle of Gaugamela saw Alexander claim the title of King of Asia. After his victory, Alexander marched to Susa and Persepolis, where he paid homage to the tomb of Cyrus and ordered its restoration. The tomb bore the following inscription: "Traveler, I am Cyrus, who gave the Persians an empire and was king of Asia. Do not begrudge me this monument."